Okay, I'm going to make a dramatic entrance from the side and introduce you to my latest creation that I spent the last probably 2.5 weeks working on. This is called 4-Star General, and it's done with reproduction fabrics. This is going to be a block of the month. Sorry, I didn't mention that. This is going to be a block of the month. So this is actually 12 different blocks, and if you notice what we've got here is, say this is one block, and you do it 4 different times. So you really mix up, you can get that really scrappy look going for it. So you do one block 4 different times, one block 4 different times, and then you just sash it, put a nice big sashing in between it, and then this outside border is actually one of these blocks cut in half. I could probably find, I think it's this one right here, might be, I'm not sure, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so the hardest part for me personally was picking out the fabric. It really, the blocks are not difficult, it's just scrappy looking, and I have a problem because I never want 2 fabrics next to each other, so that always freaks me out. The other problem, it wasn't a problem because we took care of it for you, was this was supposed to be a wall hanging in the pattern, and Marty and I decided no, it needed to be a bed-size quilt. It deserved it. So what we did is Marty went home one night and she did all the math. We were either going to go 8 or 10-inch blocks, and then she handed me all the papers. I went to start cutting the first block and said, uh-oh, it was a 3-patch. I don't remember which one it was, but anyways, it was 3-patch.
Could be this guy
and right, you have to go an odd number. It was this one right here.
That's a 3-patch.
That would have been
that's
it.
a 9-patch.
Yep. So we decided, okay, it's got to be. Actually, it was the second one right up there. But anyways, we've got to go to a different size, so we ended up going to a 9-inch square. So we have done all the refiguring for you, and it's a 9-inch block. So it became a bed-size quilt rather than a wall hanging, because I could just see this on an antique bed. It would be absolutely stunning. So anywho, this is 4 generals. It's civil 4-Star General. I don't pay attention to a lot of that. 4-Star General, it's a block of the month. It's going to be a 12-block month. Because what she actually has you do is these guys right here, she has you make a few of these each month. So unlike what I did, is I waited till the end and I had to make all 36 of them in one fell swoop. But it wasn't that big of a deal. You just keep making. Try to find some good movies on Netflix or whatever. And I will be giving you some tips before you start it, because I did change a few things. So anyways, this is 4-Star General, and now we're going to show you the other 3 block of the months that we're introducing, because we did 3 last week, 4 this week. Okay, so hang on. Okay, and here's part 1, 2. This would be part 3 of our block of the months. Through the magic of splicing the film, so to speak. Okay, we're going to do this one first. We'll do the big one. This one is called Sophie's Garden. And actually, this one we did just like the pattern said, right, Marty? We did
Except for color.
Except for color. Yeah, we did not. We didn't change sizes or anything. Now, this is a combination of wool applique, which Marty basically did by machine, right? You did all the wool applique by machine. So there's applique blocks with wool. Then there's the cotton blocks with a little bit of piecing. And she did, I mean, these are cute little stars. I really like them. But this is called Sophie's Garden, and Marty is in, if you can see the glint off the safety pins, Marty is in the process of quilting it.
Started quilting it.
Yeah, you started quilting it, but you just didn't want to just slap something on it,
No.
so you're doing a much nicer job with this one. So that's Sophie's Garden. Now, if everything goes according to plan, all of the dimensions and the wear, because this is going to be an 8-month, 7-month?
10, I think.
10-month. All the
Because
information.
each month you get a pieced block and a wool block.
Okay, so you would get like this, and this would be 1 month, right?
Right.
This would be 2 months.
Right.
So it's going to be, all the information hopefully will be on the website. And then this one is called Tuxedo Cats. For those of you who are all through the night, what's her
Bonnie
face?
Sullivan.
Bonnie Sullivan aficionados. This one actually came out a little while ago, and we really wanted to do it, but we really didn't have time. So we decided to, what the hell? It was originally done in wool. We decided to do it in cotton. And she did do kind of a wall hanging type of thing, putting them all together. But as you see, there's 12 of them, so it's per month. We decided rather than doing that, we got a frame to fit. And so we are just going to, every month, it'll go in a frame. So you get the frame with the program.
You know how we like our frames.
We do like our frames, and this, we really thought that looked very nice with it. The buttons all come with it, so it's just flannel here. And again, we did it by hand or by machine. You can do it by hand, whatever your little heart desires.
So it's machine applique plus a little bit of embroidery.
Yeah, there is embroidery on these. As you can see, there's a little bit here, and each block had a little bit, but nothing strenuous. That was fun. And each one of the cats, I found, because I put the eyes and the buttons on last, I found that the eyes made all sorts of expressions, as stupid as it sounds. Even if they were tilted a little bit, even though I meant them to go straight. Fortunately, none of them went like this. That would have looked really bad. And then this is our final, but not last but not least. This one, we couldn't come up with a really good name, so we're calling it Chickadees. Because that's what it is, Chickadees. So, and this is wool. This is strictly wool. And
you have to use your imagination on this guy because it's not done.
Yeah, it's not quite finished. Marty's been waffling on what she wanted to do because, again, they didn't really have an example of how to put them all together.
Well, I don't think they did. I think they did
them
individually.
Separately, yeah. And we decided what a nice, I always talk about the over-the-couch wall hangings, how nice it would be on a wall behind the couch.
It's going over my TV.
Okay, there you go. So she's been deciding what she wanted to do as far as the stitching between the blocks. What we did is the background is an Essex, so it's a cotton linen. Is it what is a cotton linen blend? And then this is all wool. And we actually even had to, just to gripe about something, this block Marty had to redesign because, see, notice every one of them has a flower in them. This one, the designer put a teacup or a coffee cup.
Yeah,
and we didn't get that.
Weird.
So we decided February or whatever that is, we got bleeding hearts. So Marty kind of redesigned that block, and we think it's much cuter. So this one's going to have a little border on it, just a plain black border.
Black border, but it will have some embroidery in it too.
Yeah, there'll
maybe
be
a little bit of wool. You never know.
Yep.
This one's kind of evolving as we go.
Right.
You guys can vote though, because you can see we're doing stitching
Don't
in
vote.
between the blocks. Yes. So this is kind of what I was starting off, and then there will be a French knot going kind of where they cross.
And once these little holes.
Yes. Or do you like it plainer as we follow down and just go that way? Sorry, this needs to go away. And do it just that way. Terry likes it, very honestly, just the 2 lines of the running stitch. So,
yeah, I do.
So you can kind of weigh in and see what you think.
Or if we had talked about doing a little something in the middle, but we really didn't want to distract from the chickadees.
Right.
So anyways, was there anything else we needed to discuss this week?
Yeah, the last week when we started the first block of the month, we put a form on the website. So if you were interested in any of them, you could fill it out, and then we would just get a copy of it so we knew that you were interested in it. But some of them are coming through that you didn't check the box as to which block of the month you were interested in.
And we don't think you probably wanted to do all 3 of them.
No, no. So if you're going to use that form, please make sure that you check the box or boxes of the ones that you are asking about in for.
Or just email us.
Yeah.
Just send us a straight email. That will do also.
But it's been working well. We just need to check the boxes.
And for those of you who have checked the box and expected something real quick, I'm sorry, I spent all week. Oh, I was just going to point to the quilt, but it was the quilt.
The other one.
Yeah, the other one. So we are a little bit behind on shipping things out. I had planned on doing the new block of the month the beginning of February anyways. So we'll start them. If you can't start the beginning of February, that's perfectly fine. You can wait and start the beginning of March. What are you looking for?
Recap the other 3. Maybe.
Oh, and then the other 3, just for a real quick recap on the other 3. Oh, I was going to show you real quick. Hang on.
Do you have
Talk amongst yourself. No,
do you
I
have
just have to go right here real quick.
So I wanted to go back. I love this quilt. I think it is absolutely fabulous. And obviously I had to do it in a zip quick time. So that's what kind of made me have to do the wool machine. But I don't know if I can get in there. I really had a fun time doing this. So if you're not really into the handwork, there is an alternative. And it was just a regular buttonhole on my machine. And I actually we're going to do all the tips and tricks that I used on how I went about doing the machine applique with the wool and a wool thread. So, it really, and this is why, because the Chickadees that you saw, the other one, Block of the Month, is actually by the same designer as this Sophie's Garden. So you can see that's where I stole the bleeding hearts from for the February Block of the Month. And the other thing is, I mean, this really is basic piecing. There is foundation piecing on these little pointy stars, but it's really not bad. I'm not a comfortable foundation piecing. It's not one of my things. I managed to do it. I hung in there and I did it.
You put your big girl panties
Yeah, I put my big girl
on.
panties on and I got it done. So
Okay, real quick. Last week we showed you the gnomes. They're on the website. And then this was one, it's called Graceful Words. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Graceful Words. I'm going to put up the two I had done. And I've got another one. I finished the stitching last night. I haven't put it together. But, as in, stay.
stay.
This one I really like, the patriotic one. I think it's turning out really nice too. So that's just another one that's going to be in this series. It's always nicer when you actually see them done. And there's going to be a little heart button here, and that'll be
I remember there being a button.
yeah, there's a heart button there, and then there's a star with a heart on the bottom. And then there was the other big one that you did.
The Andrews Mill, which is the row sampler.
Right.
Really great for beginners.
Right. And then what was the last one?
Nomies.
Gnomes at home.
Nomies.
So anyways, we won't drag this out anymore. If you have any questions, pop us an email. That's the best way to get us. If we're here, we'll answer the phone. But that's about it. So anyways, till next week, we'll see what we have up our sleeves. Bye.